All right, friends, welcome to our first Motivation Monday. I am Mandy Adkins with San Antonio Sports. We're so excited to have you all here with us today, and we are going to visit with Kendra Chambers, who is a dear friend to San Antonio Sports. How are you doing, Kendra?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. For those of you who may not know Kendra, she is a U.S.A Track and Field athlete who was training for the 2020 Olympics before the pandemic kind of put all of that on hold. And so she is a native of West Texas, and she went to the University of Texas at Austin and has become a dear friend to us at San Antonio Sports in the past few years. And so she has a degree in corporate communication and is also working part-time. Her goal is to be a sports anchor or an athletic director, and she's also still continuing to train. So she obviously knows the importance of staying active, staying healthy, and San Antonio Sports is proud to offer our new Stay Active, Stay Healthy campaign. We launched a few months ago in the midst of the pandemic. And even though things are starting to open back up now, we know that there's still some families who aren't able to go out, or maybe aren't comfortable yet going to a gym or being out in a group fitness setting. And so San Antonio Sports has launched a Stay Active, Stay Healthy program to provide resources for the community. So today we're going to just chat a little bit with Kendra about how she stays active and ways that you could stay active at home as well. So Kendra, tell us a little bit about how did you stay active during the shutdown?
Sure. It was definitely tough, I think, for everyone just to kind of get used to the new normal of staying inside as much as possible. I've been an athlete since I was, 4 or 5 years old. So I'm just used to being outside. So it's definitely an adjustment. But I just got creative. I had a few things that I usually use when I'm outside, and I kind of just brought them in. I had a yoga mat set out, and I tried to do things that I would usually do, at gyms or at the track, or, in a lot of the swimming stuff, a lot of the cross training. It was hard to get that stuff accomplished. So I ended up going to the store and buying whatever weights were left. And really, I actually bought a small fitness bike too, so I could cross train, and just tried to get creative with different things. I've been trying to do yoga a lot more. So just incorporating different, a lot of different activities that I wasn't used to doing inside. You just have to kind of adjust. So that's kind of been the plan so far.
Right. That's awesome. And what is your thoughts and relationship with the importance of physical activity as it relates to mental health?
Sure, that's such a big one for me. I have been working with a sports psychologist since 2015 that has just really helped me gather my thoughts before races and before big meets and the Olympic trials and all of that. But it was really important also to figure out that, hey, it's okay to feel upset about things that were maybe taken away, like the Olympics or the Olympic trials or all the track meets. So I think talking with somebody about it and just being truthful with yourself about the feelings that you may feel, about being frustrated, about losing a lot of the things that we hold dearly, that was kind of good to be able to talk with her about it. But also just bringing, family together and using them as a support. I found that when I surround myself with people who care about me and my goals, my mental status is a lot better. But when you work out, you also feel happy and accomplished. I know a lot of us can attest to that, where you just go for a run or you do something awesome, or you have a PR in the weight room and you just feel great about yourself. It's scientifically proven. Exercise gives you endorphins. It makes you happy. So I think just staying in that routine and really focusing on, okay, I know I'm inside, but let's make the most of this physical activity. That's kind of rewarding. Like, you feel good, you look good, you feel good, you eat good, so everything is good. And I think just having conversations with people who care about you can definitely help with the mental state as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of touched on this a little bit, but will you tell us a little bit more about, I know that I'm sure you're so disappointed that obviously the Olympics are not taking place this summer. So it seems like there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding the games. And tell us a little bit more, elaborate on what does that mean for your career and how have you dealt with those changes and the postponement?
Sure. So everything was postponed about almost to the exact date of a year. So everything will be pushed back to 2021. And so far, it was kind of tough. At first, I think I was like pretty devastated and pretty frustrated because I had worked so hard for this year. And as you guys know, it only happens every 4 years. So you kind of wait for 3 years, that moment. And to get it taken away was just an awful feeling. But then I do feel like there was, hindsight, some positive things. I was able to use the time to get more fit, to get stronger, to make sure I wasn't going to have any injuries. But as far as my training goes, I think the biggest thing was just saying, okay, let's take a step back. And working with my coach and the people around me was really just about staying focused on the goal. So people would love to say, everyone can make the Olympics, at any time. But the truth is that there's a buildup, right, to getting to that stage. And for me, I've had a great career that I've been able to place highly at the Olympic trials, but I haven't made a team yet. So using this year as a building year and really just saying, okay, this is perfect. Actually, this gives me more time to build and one more year to get ready. Because who knows, maybe I would have been, top 3 on a year that there was no Olympic team to make. So you always want to think like there's positives in this. And I definitely feel like the postponement for me is definitely a blessing and it gives me more time to be prepared. But I truly hope that, Tokyo will be ready for us in 2021 and we can all be there and everyone can be safe as well. So we're hoping everything stays on schedule for 2021 this time around. And I'm just looking forward to performing on that stage.
Awesome. And we are hopeful for that as well, because we are always ready to cheer you on. Tell us a little bit, you touched on this as well, but tell us a little bit more about, as an athlete and a competitive athlete, how do you stay motivated?
Sure, that's tough. I'll be honest, the first couple weeks I was like, okay, and then everything kind of was getting shut down progressively, one day after the next. It was more weeks and more months. So I definitely gave myself time to relax and do something that I like doing. That wasn't necessarily running or working out. I tried to dig deep and find why I fell in love with my sport to begin with. And really just having a new appreciation for running and just a new appreciation for life and, everything that we're able to do. And when it's all taken away, you kind of, learn, okay, I have to use this as motivation, for next year or the next time I'm able to get on the track. So that's where I really drive my motivation, is from knowing that one day there are going to be track meets. One day we are going to be able to travel again. And one day there are going to be an Olympics in Tokyo. So I just have to use that as motivation and really say, okay, will you be ready when that day comes? Because you can spend your time in quarantine, relaxing and eating ice cream and kind of wasting that time. But if you think about it, if you use this time to really just fix your weaknesses, you fix your mistakes in past races, it can only make you better, right? So that's kind of what I've been using for motivation, is just the reminder that the day is coming and I just want to make sure that Kendra Chambers is ready.
Yes, I love it. I need to use some of that motivation. I had big plans of all the exercise I was going to do during quarantine.
Yes.
And I've done a lot through Fit Family Challenge, but there's definitely room for improvement. And so I love that. Speaking of Fit Family Challenge, tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the San Antonio Sports Stay Active, Stay Healthy campaign.
Yes, I am such a big supporter of this, not only because I live and train in San Antonio, but because this is so impactful for the community. I know growing up, my mom would do some exercises and stuff, but it really wasn't consistent. And now that everyone's being forced to be indoors, if you just go on the website, straight away you can see like Zumba, you can see the iPlay, you can see everything that you guys have to offer. And it's so important right now because I think there's a lot of kids and students who are kind of missing that. We have to remember they have that interaction with their friends and teammates, and it's hard to take away recess or soccer practice or track practice. And I think having that resource online and being able to access it on your phone or your computer is just really crucial to not only your physical, abilities, but also your mental state as well. It can be tough just, kind of doing nothing all day. So adding this physical routine, especially for kids and students, is really important. And it's just one of the reasons why I'm a big believer in this initiative from San Antonio Sports.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And we appreciate all of the help and support you've given us and the content creation you've helped us with. And so I'll leave you with one last question. Tell us, have there been any silver linings through the pandemic and the quarantine situation for you in your life?
Wow, that's a great question. I definitely would say yes. Family time is really important to me. As you said, I grew up in West Texas in El Paso, and it's just such a big part of my life, spending time with family. But when you think about all the things you would be doing instead of, being inside with family, you think, wow, I really don't spend that many days with them. So definitely the silver lining for me is spending time with family and really just getting to work on the relationships that you may have been busy with work or traveling. And you really get to just spend time and listen and learn and really just hear each other's point of view, or spend, time watching movies. I think those little things we kind of take for granted, and maybe this is just a way of showing us not to. So that's definitely my silver lining, is more family time.
I love it. I have a toddler at home, and I have to say that my silver lining has also been the quality family time that we have had. So, well, Kendra, we really appreciate you being with us. And for any of our viewers who are not familiar with our Stay Active, Stay Healthy campaign, San Antonio Sports has loads of resources on our website where you can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn about our Fit Family Challenge Home Edition, which includes free live fitness classes. It also includes an Alpha Warrior Fitness Challenge. So if the live classes aren't for you, or you want something potentially to challenge yourself and get weekly doses of incremental workouts, you can join the Alpha Warrior Challenge. In addition, we have I Play at Home. I Play is our after-school program that we have come to know and love in the community of San Antonio. And now that obviously it's summer and school is let out, but we have transitioned I Play after school to I Play at Home. And so there's tons of resources there for families to keep your kiddos active. Everything from interactive games that you can play as a family to resources for sport-specific skills that your kiddos can practice at home with equipment that you probably already have at home. So lots of great resources. We also have a place on the website that gives tons of San Antonio free community resources. So there's definitely something for everyone. If you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to visit sanantoniosports.org. Kendra, thank you so much for being with us today and for your support. We really appreciate you.
No problem. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything that you're doing for our community.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.